Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is my attempt to try to be consistent on YouTube. So, welcome to January 2026. Are you guys crazy excited to start a whole new year with whole new goals? I know I am. So, my TBR has gotten out of control. And I know that's everybody's situation. My thought was always, I'm going to read on my Kindle. I don't need to have all these books. And then I started buying books, and then it turned into its own hobby. My goal this year is to really break down my physical TBR. Now, I also have started 75 Booked, which is going to help me and really try to break down my TBR. So I'm doing the 75 days, and then that ends on March 10th. So my birthday is in March, so I will be using that time to get me some new books. Don't forget to drink your water, friends. I want to preface this now because I am not going to give a whole lot of details on what these books are. I'm just going to show them to you, and I love to go into my books blind mostly, so I try not to get any spoilers from anybody. I get little bits of details, and then I get past them if it's a book that I am wanting to read. So, just little disclaimer, you're not going to get a whole lot of information if you're a girly like me who doesn't like to read the back of books, doesn't like to do synopses, all those things. You found the right place. I got this idea off of Lottie Smalley. If you're not following her, go and check her out because she's amazing. So everybody likes to do the 26 books for 2026 or 25 books for 2025. For me, as a slow reader, I can't read that many books plus everything else that I want to do. So what I did was I went through and I picked 12 of the books that have been sitting on my shelf for a while, or books that I've just been wanting to read lately because I want to read them. So in this video, we will be doing my 12 picks for 2026. And not in any particular order, I'm just grabbing them because they're here in a pile and they'll go back on my shelf when I'm done. First book that I have is Passion Project by London Sperry. I specifically chose this book because of the colors. That's it. I'm not sure if this is a romance book or just a fiction book, but I think there might be some romance subplot to it, but I don't know. It just sounds so good. Oh yeah, it's a friends to lovers. So I just thought that it was beautiful. Look at the colors. So that's the first book. The second book on this list is going to be Wings of Starlight by Allison Saft. I specifically picked up this book because I always loved to watch the Tinkerbell movies. I know that it has some of the same world, I believe is what it is, and it's about this one and this handsome fairy in the back. It says, before she was the queen of Pixie Hollow, she was a young fairy who had to choose between her duty and her heart. Of Starlight. The next two books, it looks like, I know are going to absolutely destroy me, and I am here for it. So the first one is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. This is a chunker, and I'm afraid of what this is going to do to me. I don't know anything about it other than the fact that it's about nurses during World War II. And I'm all about empowering the women. And I'm excited to get into it, but also terrified at the same time. Next book that I have is The Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros. So I know literally nothing about this. I just know that it's going to be a good book. I know that I like Rebecca Yarros because I do like her Fourth Wing series, and I'm excited. Told in alternating timelines, The Things We Leave Unfinished examines risks we take for love, the scars too deep to heal, and the endings we can't bring ourselves to see coming. Am I trying to destroy myself this year? I must be. I have Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. I just heard that this is a really good book, so I'm excited to get into this one. I believe it's something about a gentleman who wakes up and his life is not his life anymore. It's like it's gonna be a pretty quick, fast-paced book. So this book has been sitting on my shelf probably, out of all of these books, probably the longest. This is Green Teeth by Molly O'Neill. This is a cozy fantasy about a charismatic lake-dwelling monster. You can see her in the picture. Just know that it's a cozy fantasy, and when I read The Spell Shop, I wanted more of a cozy fantasy vibe. So I know I'm gonna get eaten up about not have read this book yet. Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. I also have not read, what is it? The Ballad of the Songbird and Snake. I haven't read that either. I think I'm trying to destroy myself this year between this book and these two books. Yeah. And then have The Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. I like her writing. I know that this is her first adult fantasy, I believe is what it is. I really liked the Caraval series. A lot of people didn't like it. I have yet to read the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. I feel like there's kind of a toss-up between both of those, so I'm excited to pick up her first adult fantasy. Carter Sullivan, actually, if you haven't watched her, go watch her because she's also amazing. She's the one who actually convinced me to pick this book up. So I have Strangers in Time by David Baldacci. I believe that's how you pronounce that. Excuse me if that is incorrect. Another World War II book about strangers who meet, and that's pretty much it. I heard it on a TikTok video quite a while back and it sounded so good to me, so I was like, I gotta go grab it. Adding that to the list. Next up is Our Infinite Fates by Laura Steven. This is the Target edition and it's so stunning. Two people who love each other and they kill each other in every timeline until they decide they don't want to do that anymore. That's it. That's all I know. I'm excited to get into this. We're down to the last two on this list. I have A Dance of Lies by Brittany Arena. This was one of my Allurial Book of the Month picks, and I got it because I thought that the book was so beautiful. It says a dancer turned spy must decide how far she will go to secure her freedom. That's that. I picked this one because it's been on my shelf for quite some time as well. When I believe this was my first or second Allurial Book of the Month pick, and I haven't touched it. So that's going on my list. Okay, the last and final book on this list is Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross, and look how beautiful this cover is, by the way. I did read the Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows book duology, and I thought it was great. I mean, I think I gave it like a 4-star or something like that. I mean, it's a good book. It's a good series or duology, and I thought it was pretty good. I decided that I wanted to get back into this world. I kind of like the idea of gods and goddesses. In the Divine Rivals books, they talked a lot about these two that they were fighting these wars for, and that was really where I was finding that I was really attached to the book, where they were talking about their stories. And so I wanted to kind of get into this world where, you know, that the female main character is like a dream, like, I don't know if she's like a dream walker or a dream messenger. I'm not quite sure, but she meets our male main character through his dreams. But look how stunning this cover is. And the beautiful blue sprayed edges are stunning. Look at the end pages, by the way. Look at this. I mean, stunning. Okay, friends, so that is my 12 picks for 2026. I will be spinning a wheel to pick one of these books each month. I just know that I'm excited to read all of them, so I have to make sure that if I pull something that I'm not sure I want to read right now, I just have to push through it because I want to read all of these books. So, anyways, what are your top picks for 2026? Stuck around to the end, leave the yellow heart emoji because I love the color yellow. And I know that you stuck around to hear me talk and blab through this entire video. Anyways, if you like this kind of content, like I said, I'm gonna try to be more consistent this year in posting at least once a week. So if you don't mind subscribing and liking this video, that would be amazing. Anyways, happy 2026, guys. Talk soon. Bye.